Hello, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. So this week, as we roll into next year, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions, and I'm trying to look at some Proverbs in the Old Testament to give us inspiration for how we might make some of our resolutions. And the proverb I picked for today is from the very first chapter, the 7th verse. And it's early in the book of Proverbs because it gives us a foundation for knowing how to live. Now listen to this one. It says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and understanding." The fear of the Lord. Now that's an interesting concept. And a lot of people don't like talking about fearing God. For a lot of people, it's just doesn't seem right. God should be someone we long for. You don't fear God, a loving, kind God. So what I'd like to do are 3 things real quick over the next 3 minutes. First, talk about what it means to fear the Lord. Second, talk about what it doesn't mean to fear the Lord. And then third, talk about how it's going to change the way I make my New Year's resolutions, and maybe it will yours too. Let's start. What does it mean to fear the Lord? Well, the Hebrew word, yirat, is one that can be translated fear, like I'm afraid. It can be translated respect. It can be translated awe. And I think all of that's wrapped up in a concept of fearing God as the beginning of understanding. See, God is not Frosty the Snowman. God is not just an olly jolly old fella. God is a fearsome, awesome being who should command utmost respect, who can, in a breath, dissolve the universe, who can smite an entire nation. God is a God of fierce purity, who has a proper hatred for things that are evil and wicked. And so when we recognize this, that this is a God who, as Paul said to the Galatians, is not mocked, then we begin to understand what it's like, that we can have a healthy respect and awe and even fear of God. So that's what fear of God is. Now let me talk to you about what fear is not. We do not fear God because he might be moody, or he might be, just have that attitude one day. There's a legal phrase that's used often in law school. You learn it, you use it: arbitrary and capricious. God's not arbitrary. He's not capricious. He's not unreliable. He's not fickle. You don't have to be afraid you're catching him on a bad day. God is a God of love, but he's also a God of justice. And he does not like injustice. And he does not like it when you trample on the rights and feelings of others. And he doesn't like it when the rich and powerful lord it over the weak and the needy. And that is something about God. As we begin to understand that and we fear God, which rolls into my third point, we're getting the beginning of understanding and wisdom. I want to know who God is better. I want to have a healthy respect and awe for him and not think he's just a pushover. Because that's the beginning of understanding for me and the beginning of wisdom. And that's how I want to roll into next year. Lord, teach me to understand you. And don't fear him for the wrong reasons. Don't fear him because he's a meanie or he's a hater. Fear him because he's a just and sovereign and all-powerful God. But love him at the same time, because that's God of who he is who reaches out to you in love. Let's keep working on this during this week. Be thinking about it. If this means something to you, click like down below and tell folks, forward this to folks. Let them understand the beginning of understanding. Real understanding is knowing who God is.